Welcome, Devereaux sports fans, and this is Breakfast and Body Slams, and I'm one of your analysts on the show today. I am Chio Frost, and the man sitting next to me, as I always say countless of times, and he always looks shocked every time he does it, my tag team extraordinaire, Mr. Dennis Reaper.
How you doing there, tag party?
I'm doing pretty good right now.
Looking all
like,
fancy with that nice little share with that golden cup.
Yeah, if you notice, I got my my
you got
Nike
new shoes on.
I got my Nike No, they ain't new. I just barely wear them. I just barely wear them. They're my Nike Cortezes.
It's all right. Look, you got Nike. I got Puma.
I'm an essay.
Puma's way better.
I got flip flops.
I'm an essay. That's what people think.
Flip flops are cool back in like 1945.
And across the table, sitting from us, as everyone knows, we have the better Bernard, the Saint Bernard, Mikey.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Yes, that is correct. The better Bernard.
The crowd goes wild.
That's right.
And sitting next to him, his Robin to his Batman, his sidekick, his Kato to his Green Hornet. Today we have Austin Hamell.
What's going on, guys?
His
Thanks for
White
having
Ranger
me.
to the Pink Ranger.
Sure. Well, we can go with that.
Stop it.
Hey, he went there. I didn't.
No, I was going to say that I'm not a white. I was never and never will be a White Ranger guy.
It's cool.
It was either green or white, so you had to choose.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I was a little stuck in the middle there. But everyone, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone on the Devereaux sports team that we got going on. We have a whole list of shows. So Austin, I believe you have our set schedule that we can tell everyone out there how they can listen to all of our teams.
Yeah. Well, as you already saw from today, we had the Gobbler on just before us.
Well, yeah, technically the Gobbler and Cheesesteak Chucky, they switch. So tomorrow, Chucky will be the Gobbler at 9 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah.
And today, right before us, we had Patty Melt.
Yeah.
Patty Melt.
Yeah, we had the Patty Melt. So
That's funny.
So no cheesesteaks for him. But go ahead.
Yeah, tomorrow we got Chucky along with Gus, Mike, and Mark breaking down Eagles preseason action at 9 a.m. And then following them up is Dave Miletto, Chris Thedick, and Bob Hartnett with the UFC show at 10. So pretty action-packed day tomorrow as well.
And not only that, between Chucky show, the UFC show, we also have the Sullivan Squad that was in here.
The Sullivan Squad and
in here early. The old heads.
The old school show. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, that was something else, wasn't it? Being able to watch them just chat about the olden days with a guy that used to play for the Eagles back then.
Yes.
I never got a chance to actually.
I tuned in. Okay.
No lie, I can't really sit down and watch sports all the time because I was never brought up on sports like that. So like I can listen for a little bit and then I start like, because I'm a wrestling guy. That's why I stick to the wrestling show.
Yeah.
Look, I loved it. I tuned in as soon as it went live, and the fact that I'm a defensive player. I loved hearing defense stuff, and they brought up the two different schemes that he played with one team and the other. And when I say I tuned in, I was like, I'm listening. This is the most sexiest talk you guys had on this show. like I am amused right now because do you know how many defensive players actually give away like secrets about like why they did this and how they did this, and then give you really rundowns of the depth of why they went that way now?
Right.
Like I loved it. I love that type of football. That was football. But this isn't about football. This is about professional wrestling.
Before we get started into everything, I know we have a late start, but we have to give a shout out to a man who recently passed away, a legend, a Hall of Famer, none other than Dominic DeNucci. He passed away at the age of 89. He worked for Vince McMahon Sr. in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. He was 3 times tag team champion with Bruno Sammartino, Dino Bravo, and Victor Rivera. He was nominated. Well, he was put into the 2012 Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and he trained such stars such as Mick Foley, Shane Douglas, and a bunch of others in the Pittsburgh area.
Mm-hmm.
So, without any further ado, I'd like to ask everyone and all the listeners if we can have a 10-bell moment of silence for him right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We got our new technician, a producer inside the booth there. Taylor, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Thank you very much for joining us here on Breakfast and BodySlams for the first time. We're gonna hopefully this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
I hope so. Yeah.
Are you big into wrestling yourself?
I actually never watched.
Okay, well,
We're gonna get along just fine.
maybe after today, you might get intrigued and might want to catch something, a thing or two.
Yeah, now you guys got to sell me.
Yeah. Okay, now we got to sell this to him, guys. All right, we got to hype this up. All right. And the man who's going to start off our hype game is now, he's on trial. This is tryout.
I'm innocent.
We are throwing the better Bernard to the wolves.
This is his tryout at being big dog at the table to be the head of the table, because one day, eventually, me and Dennis will not be here probably. We don't know when, but hopefully he can take the ball and run with it and not home, we hope. But Mikey is going to kick off our topic. So, Mikey, take it away, brother.
So today's topics, we're going to talk about CM Punk clearing up all the rumors about him joining AEW. I'm going to need your guys' help with talking about Rampage because I dropped the ball on that one.
All righty.
And then we could touch a little bit on the whole thing with Randy Orton and his tattoos and SmackDown. And then what everybody's waiting for is our SummerSlam predictions for this year. And there's a lot of matches, a lot of things going on with that. So let's.
Right. So we're jumping into the CM Punk rumor
Let's
first.
start with that first.
And what do you have for us on the table for that?
So CM Punk actually cleared it up by saying that he is straight up upfront guy. Yes, he's had offers. Yes, they told him he's going to be on TV. He understands all that. But he said, as we talked about before, that the rumors are mostly surrounding Daniel Bryan and not him. So
It'll be a big time swerve anyway, especially since AEW, when they booked at the United Center in Chicago for August 20th, and then when he was asked a question about him gonna be there, he like I said, he sidestepped the question by talking about heels and the filming that they're doing, and that's
Right.
a pretty good show that's going to be coming out and stuff like that, because all I got to see was the trailers and stuff like that, and I'm kind of excited, especially with Stephen Hamell, doing his thing.
Yep.
But then again, we're not getting off topic of CM Punk because everyone is excited. There's been countless of people out there throwing money his way, trying to pull him back in to wrestling, which we thought he was that much close when he came back to WWE.
Right.
When he was doing the talk show, but as an analyst, but he was not contracted under WWE. He was actually contracted.
Right, and we all
Fox,
thought that
yeah.
eventually he was going to jump in at some point, but it never happened.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling what.
Let's not forget also what kind of got everybody really in tune is when Darby Allin mentioned best in the world.
True.
So nobody, as we discussed, both Daniel Bryan and him both have said that. So yes, I agree. It could be a swerve. And he's not going to. The key thing is that people forget is if somebody's going to come back or make a debut, they're never going to come out and say, yeah. Of course they're going to throw you a swerve. Of course they're going to say everything but to throw you off because otherwise it kills the surprise. So
I agree. Here's my thing. I don't think Punk and Daniel Bryan are going to show up when everybody thinks they are because then you're expecting it. I think it's just more of the, hey, we're going to get the people talking. They're all going to tune in. It's going to be the most watched show. F this. Let's go with that. Just kind of like how baseball was for the, Field of Dreams, and everybody found out it wasn't the actual Field of Dreams. It was the new stadium they built. But most watched baseball game in 16 years, okay?
Exactly.
That's exactly how they're doing this. They're going to make the most watched AEW show on both of these episodes because, let's be real, Punk did say he was going to be, they were doing a premiere.
Like a screen
Right,
or something.
right.
3 of Heels in Chicago. Okay, cool. You're telling fans you're going to be in Chicago. You live in Chicago, Punk. What was the point of that drop?
Yeah, everyone knows you're going to be there.
Like, you live in Chicago. and I love it. I love the fun little let's get people talking rumor stuff.
Oh, yeah.
that's Daniel Bryan's been quiet, okay? You haven't heard anything out of him. His Twitter's been quiet. So, if anything, Daniel Bryan maybe shows up in Chicago.
Yeah.
But
That's
again,
true.
Like
That's
I
true.
made it clear, Daniel Bryan was called the best in the world originally, not CM Punk.
Yeah.
So, do I see it happening down the road? Yes. Do I see Punk maybe getting in the ring again? Yes, because apparently people were saying how much he loved it for when they were filming Heels. Okay.
Yeah, he himself was saying he would still love to get into the ring.
He enjoys the
like
wrestling ring. Does he love the business anymore? And he's made it pretty clear. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to do it anymore on TV.
Right.
I can't agree with that. I'm like, even though he says no, a part of him, it will always be tied in to the world of pro wrestling, no matter if he's doing it or not. He's gonna there's gonna be that little thing, that itch. We all got that itch, no matter what. So yeah, I can see him definitely coming back. It's just but when and where, that's the problem.
Yeah, that itch to get in there, to get back in there, even if it's in the back of your mind, it's still in your mind. Like it's something that's always going to be there. Eventually, you're either just going to manage to convince yourself enough to say no and walk away, or it's going to hit the front of your mind. You're going to be like, all right, I can't sit around anymore.
I
let's
gotta
go.
do it.
Now here's the thing. Not trying to get off Punk, but we're definitely gonna, with all the surprises that AEW's bringing in. And with Vince and them doing all these cuts and all these guys coming over, has any of you guys, besides, I know Dennis saw it, the Buddy Murphy video on YouTube where he's like in prison?
Yeah, apparently.
I heard about it, but I didn't get to see the actual video.
Yeah, it's supposed to have some sort of a tie-in with the whole Malachi Black thing from AEW from before he premiered there.
If you notice something in between them two, it's also a spinoff when Moxley come in. Because think about it. Every video of these guys coming in, they're institutionalized, whether it's prison or an insane place. So
I already know why they're doing it that way.
give it time.
because it's how WWE basically handled them creatively. It was like they were
and give it time. I think the next video that we would see for the next superstar to come over will be Bray Wyatt, which I think he might go by his name Wyndham. So I'm thinking maybe Bray Wyndham or something like that he might go by. I'm not sure, but I can see him doing exactly kind of video institutionalized, and him coming in, and just maybe if they play their card right, they can have the Wyndham family as far as bringing in
Right.
Braun Wyndham, as well as was it
Rowan.
Yeah,
Eric
but
Redbeard.
what?
He's already there.
Redbeard, yeah, that,
Redbeard,
He's
yeah,
there. They're just not using him.
yeah. But I'm saying, he's
Well,
probably there,
right,
but
this
they're
might
probably
be the
just
way they
they're
use
probably
it.
holding off.
See, I don't want to see a 2.0 Wyatt family. Okay,
But
I
the
really
thing
don't.
is,
and
that's the
Especially
hype.
without Brody.
no, and that's where I'm going with that. You can't. You just
Yeah.
let it go, because you can't do the group without one of the main people. Okay, you can't,
But then
and you shouldn't.
But then you see the internet and everyone else what they're teasing about.
That's great.
About Bray coming in and leading the Dark Order.
Yeah,
And
that's
the thing.
that's what I read.
And that's what it is. It's the internet.
yeah.
Okay. It's you can't. I don't know why I'm gonna stress it. Like, don't do it, because
Yeah, I
you're
mean-
gonna ruin it. Okay. It's like any sport. Okay. Any sport you go to, everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. If they come here, it's gonna be great. It's another knockoff version. Don't. You're AEW. Do it differently. Okay. Don't do a knockoff
Exactly.
version of the Wyatt family. Let it go. It was WWE's thing. Brody Lee passed away. Okay.
Yeah,
Let it
and-
go that way. You,
Yeah,
you
and-
don't need to put those three together and be like, oh, it's another.
See,
You can't.
I-
you shouldn't do it.
I actually agree with you. You know, where like they can bring Bray in and put him with the Dark Order to
wouldn't
run.
even
No,
do
no,
that.
I think it would work, just not bringing them in and putting them together as the same Wyatt family or anything.
I wouldn't
Just
even
not-
put him in the
Yeah,
dark.
I mean, there-
I wouldn't even bring in Braun, honestly.
Yeah, there have been a handful of dudes in the Dark Order on like AEW's like unscripted podcast and a couple of other different spots where they've done interviews and stuff where they're like, we don't want another leader of the Dark Order.
That's why you
Like,
don't do it.
we
Right,
purposely haven't appointed someone else because of the fact that Brody meant so much to us that we're not going to do it. So that's why you always
I think
see like
that's
that.
the
in-
other thing, like
Yeah,
him
like-
saying like, "Oh, we don't want another leader," but people, I think it's also at the same time it's causing people to tune in more because they want to see, just in case. Let me watch in case Bray Wyatt does show up and take charge of the Dark Order.
Everybody knows he ain't showing up until like 90 days. Okay.
I
so-
think what the biggest problem that Tony Khan and all the EVPs have going on for them is that they're not trying to play ball the same way Vince does. Vince books and whoever creative in the offices, they book it the way they feel. They don't listen to the fans, and I think Tony and the rest of them are on the fence because they want to listen to the fans. They want to give the people what they want, but at the same time, if they do that, everyone can say, "Oh, we seen it coming. We seen this coming. We seen that coming."
Right.
Which
Yeah.
they do want it to be surprised, but at the same time, they do want to cater to the fans. Where WWE, they couldn't give a damn about what the fans want. They want to do things their way. Just like, let's say Royal Rumble, for instance. We're all hyping up. Oh yeah, we want to see, like when Mero, when he was
when he was Rusev.
Rusev, and
yeah.
everybody wanted to see him win the Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
and next thing you know, it was disappointed. The 30th man to come out. Everyone's hoping for, I forget who they were looking
Daniel
to come,
Bryan, that
and,
one.
and it was Rey Mysterio.
Yep,
and
yep.
everyone was like booing him. I'm
Yeah.
like, so WWE does not, like, they somewhat give the fans, but it's more like, it's more what they want. So, but yeah, we got off the CM Punk because between now, August 20th, and the rest of 2021, there's gonna be a big, huge uproar with AEW as far as talent coming in, and that roster is gonna be so stacked, not just from past stars, but ones that are up and coming.
Yeah.
And now
Yep.
they got Rampage on there,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
Oh,
only
yeah.
which is only an hour show. And the good thing about that, they're not going head to head with SmackDown because they start at 10 o'clock after SmackDown gets
Exactly.
finished.
Yeah.
Which,
And
by the way, for everybody out there watching, because we've already said this, it's not a competition. They
Listen, Tony Khan and Vince McMahon can say it's not a competition and they be lying. Okay. It's a competition. It's 100% competition. Because here's the thing: in professional wrestling, it's a competition between an indie show and that indie show. That wrestler versus that wrestler. That wrestler on AEW wants to do better than the guys on WWE, right? No matter what, it's a competition whether they want to say it or not.
Even if your product is not going on at the same time, Dennis is 100% right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, because even if you got a prime time spot and we got like a 2:00 in the morning show on a little public access channel, if our product is putting out way much better wrestling than your garbage wrestling that you're putting on prime time, and you got the sponsors and stuff, people are going to definitely tune in over to us.
Like, look,
That's true.
CM Punk literally stated the wrestling business needs a kick in the ass. Okay, needs a kick in the ass, and I agree, because you've had stale stuff, okay,
Right.
and then you have good stuff. I'm not saying all WWE product is stale, but some of the stuff is.
Yeah, some
and
of it
then
is.
you get good stuff, like, and it doesn't. It's not SmackDown versus Raw. Like, you have competition between SmackDown and Raw. They're all part of one company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
It's competition in every aspect that you could ever possibly want. So when I hear, yes, do I believe AEW is watching what WWE does during their tapings and shows? No. Do I believe they watch it afterwards? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because they're not focused on what they're doing on their live show. They're focused on what their AEW is doing. WWE is focused on what they're doing. They all watch it. They want to see who did something better. If they're, and I'm going to bring this up. Let's be real. Last night's SmackDown between Roman Reigns and John Cena's promo was gold. Okay?
Yes, it really was.
And it's because they didn't let the guys hold back.
It was reality. They're bringing real life situations.
Yeah.
All the rumors with CM Punk, right? What was John Cena's last thing he said? Maybe I'll hop the guardrail and blow you a kiss. What happened when John Cena lost to CM Punk? What did CM Punk do?
Hop the rail and blew him a kiss.
Yes, yeah.
And that was nice, because it's, Vince and them are understanding, like, look, Punk wants to go there, but let's give Punk some acknowledgement now on our product, because Paul Heyman probably wants Punk there.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Paul Heyman will do everything he can to get Punk there.
CM Punk himself, before he left WWE, was like, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
He's been a Paul Heyman guy, and no one wants to believe it, but he's been a Paul Heyman guy before he was in Vince.
Yeah.
But wrestling needs a kick.
Really
When's
does.
it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? Who's it going to happen with?
Yeah, it's true. It does need a kick.
No one wants Goldberg facing Bobby Lashley. Well, that's going to happen because there's nobody else bigger than Goldberg has been dominant. Yes, he's not as been dominant now. People are comparing Christian and Goldberg now, but what they've done.
Sorry.
Oh, come on.
Look,
You're killing me.
Seagulls from Jersey.
You should put it on silent, man.
Like,
What's wrong with you?
we all on vibrate, bro. Like, you at the head of the table over here, and you at the head of the table. But it comes down to what is going to do it and how they're going to do it, okay? You have John Cena versus Roman Reigns. You needed it, because who better else than John Cena to lose to than Roman Reigns? Because some of the fans want Roman Reigns to lose. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Okay?
there's tons of people
right,
expecting
exactly.
You need these bigger guys that come in. Yes, I do. Am I a fan of Goldberg? No. Do I like some of his stuff he's done? Yes. Bobby Lashley beating Goldberg is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Do fans expect it to happen? No.
No.
That's the thing. Every time Goldberg come back, who has he lost?
Nope.
That's true.
Okay. His matches, he's been back for a full year, right? He's had matches.
No, I mean, aside
A total
from
of matches, he's only wrestled 7 minutes.
Yeah.
7 minutes in 2020,
Wow.
2021.
Yeah.
7 minutes. Now you have him back. He's facing Bobby Lashley. They're not going to let that match go short, and if they do, it's going to be Lashley just destroying the hell out of him. Okay, and that's a personal opinion. Do I want to see that? I want to see a match. Okay, it's like when I watch a sports game. If I watch the Phillies, I want to see a good game. Like, I was at the game on Wednesday night. It was a great game until the, Gibson cap played by Corey Dillinger. And Dillinger said, guess what? I'm going to hit like 15 foul balls, and I'm waiting for my home run ball. And sure enough, I called it, and he hit it. That's what you're getting, okay? That's what you're getting. That's how wrestling is. Wrestling is a professional sport like football and baseball, and they are working you like a fiddle. People in our group don't like, Goldberg. Great. Who cares? You're not paying for it. You're getting free Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Okay?
That's true.
You don't want to watch the pay-per-view? Don't watch the pay-per-view because of it, okay?
Yep.
But guess what? You're going to still watch it because you want to see what's going to happen now, right?
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to see John Cena beat Ric Flair's record. John Cena don't even want to
But
be
they're
Ric
going to
Flair's
tune
record.
in just in
But,
case.
but the thing is, John Cena doesn't even want to break the record.
Yeah.
So that tells you where he feels about it, okay? But I want to see that match because I know John Cena is a great wrestler. People can say he isn't, but go watch his crap. Go watch what he's done before they turned him into this 5 moves. But this is what WWE does
Yep.
because WWE wants you to do the least amount of moves to get to the longevity out of you. That's why everything's changed in professional wrestling.
Because John Cena is the Hulk Hogan of then.
Yep.
Same thing. Austin was of the
Attitude Era.
Attitude Era. Same thing.
You had Austin and The Rock in the Attitude
exactly. It was.
But you have Cena,
Actually, you had a
the
whole
PG era.
you had a whole mess of guys during
Oh,
the
yeah, I was
Attitude
gonna
Era.
say
It's like
so
it
many
was
of them.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, you did. You had the Taker. You had Austin. You had The Rock. You had
Degeneration X. Yeah.
Taker took up like 3 eras alone as his own. He took up the Hogan era, the Cena era, the Austin Rock era. Like he's across the board. So
But that's what I'm saying.
that's the gold standard right there.
You had guys.
is.
You had guys that are in there that you had a lot of them. Now you don't. Okay, you really don't have those names that are going to give you those. Every match is a marquee match. Okay, you don't.
The one guy who was back in the whole Austin Rock. No, he came a little bit after that. I want to say Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Randy Orton has that name now.
Yeah, he has, and he can still work.
Yeah.
He has his time in, and speaking of Randy Orton, didn't you have something about Orton in your notes?
Yeah, Randy Orton is. We'll touch on this a little bit. He's going to court because of the tattoos, because of a video game. But Dennis, as you informed me that
So, I'm very familiar with this situation because my old
too.
roommate is a tattoo artist. Okay.
right.
And I'm a gamer, so
So,
I'm very, very tied
Here's the
into this
deal.
one too.
Here's how this is going to look. The girl's going to lose in court. 100%.
Yeah.
She isn't getting anything. Here's the thing. The tattoo artist does not own the art no more. When you pay, if you get a custom artwork on you, you paid X dollars, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
It's yours now. You bought it.
this tattoo on my arms are all custom tattoos. Nothing is off of a piece of paper besides this one right here. But I paid X dollars for this tattoo. I own this tattoo. You do not own my tattoo art. Vince McMahon owns Randy Orton's tattoo artwork. He's paying Randy to be there. He is contracted. That's like telling the NFL players you can't have tattoos on our video. What? No, that's not how that works, young lady. Unfortunately,
right.
this has been going on for 5 years.
And,
so
and,
it's
you,
not
and you know what's
new.
funny?
It's been a very
they
long
actually offered her about like 480, and then she turned it down. And now in this lawsuit, she's not only taking on WWE, she's taking on
She's
2K,
taking
2K games,
2K Sports. Yeah.
2K Sports, Take-Two
interactive.
Interactive Software, Visual Concept Entertainment, Ukes Co. Ltd. and Ukes LA Inc. as well.
And this is, and you know what's really bad about this? And this is what's I hate about lawyers. I like lawyers for certain reasons because they are there to help. Then you have those lawyers that are like, guess what? We can make you win. Unfortunately, you're gonna lose your ass. You're a tattoo artist that just lost your rep. Okay.
Yep.
Why would you be suing them? You should be happy. You know what? Hey, look at my artworks on WWE games and Uke games and 2K games. Like,
Right,
you
exactly. You should be
stupid
proud
idiot.
of that.
Okay. And again, I have my old roommate from Tampa is a tattoo artist. He loves seeing his tattoo artwork on Luke Hawk. That'd be like suing Luke Hawk for every time he shows up on WWE TV for not paying him for it. Okay,
Well,
that's like
I guess
for
I'm
Lucha
lucky.
Underground. That's what I'm saying. Like this guy's
Virgin.
been on MTV shows. Like a lot of the tattoo work is from my old roommate on Luke Hawk. He's in video games. So are you going to sue them too? No.
No,
Tattoo
it's-
artists that
that's
do that are stupid because they think they're God. They think their tattoo artwork is theirs. It's not. It's that person's artwork now. You put it on them. That was their idea.
Right.
Okay? They didn't sign an agreement or a contract that states they can't show this tattoo artwork on the internet, okay? We do have a question, though. Hey, fellas, it's from Dave Yarnar. Hey, fellas, what did you think of John Cena's promo last night on Roman Reigns? I loved it. And we were touching on this a little bit ago. It was the right move to do. To have those two literally throw every punch they possibly could to build their match.
Oh, I love it when they do that too.
And the thing is, the great part about it is Jamie Noble's the one that was producing that entire segment. Everybody doesn't. I know there's a lot of guys in WWE that don't like Jamie Noble because of how he handles things, but Jamie Noble is old school, but understands how it has to work. Paul Heyman being in the segment also had a lot of influence in it. If anything, that just built that matchup even more, in my opinion, because you had
absolutely.
You had John Cena literally tell Roman Reigns, well, you ran out, you had
With
the
Nikki-
Ambrose run, and you killed, Roman Rollins.
Yeah.
And then I'm almost sitting here going, well, hey, listen.
You know what's
John
funny?
Cena, you've kind of buried Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. The list goes on, too.
But you know what's funny though? Before John Cena spit that out and dug him a hole, is he had Reigns had the nerve to mention his relationship with Nikki Bella.
It was
Yeah.
so
Oh
funny.
my
I
God,
was
that
dying.
was
I almost fell off my couch. Seriously.
And again, it's not because of WWE. And I'm going to say the reason they're pushing the boundaries, it's not because of Vince. It's because of those networks their shows are on.
Yeah.
Listen, we have a little bit more leeway because of what our viewers are here on our channel, and we're paying you for this. This is what you're going to do. They're on Fox. So many times has Fox announcers dropped some words they should not have said on national television?
Oh yeah.
It's all
Especially in wrestling.
it's all
Especially-
corporate,
yeah,
man.
and especially with a guy like Pat McAfee as your color commentator.
Dude, I love it. Okay.
Dude, his
Him and Michael Cole are the best two things that have happened to SmackDown besides Roman Reigns right now.
Yeah, I watch Pat McAfee's podcast on YouTube all the time where he talks sports. My goodness,
But
funniest stuff ever.
if you notice his commentary on when he's on air though, he talks the same, but he twists it where it's not vulgar or anything like that
Yeah.
to the fans. So he still keeps it his niche. He just gives it a alternative twist.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
all.
Right.
So,
But-
and I think for us to stay up in the good graces of Devereaux Sports Management, we gotta do the same too. Eventually, if we want to start getting more like sponsors and stuff like that, we're gonna have to start to.
Not drop so many F-bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry.
Because our Thursday night show
I'm sorry.
on our Thursday night show every Thursday night at 9:05 p.m. people can tune in and listen to us. That's East Coast Standard Time and 6:05 on the West Coast.
It gets pretty live sometimes.
We get into
listen.
we try to tone down, but it like the conversation gets hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Right,
And-
exactly.
And we spew stuff out
Look.
that it's not intentional. It's just our way of talking. A lot of times, how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in our truth here. My bad, guy. My
My
bad, bro. That's my bad. Sometimes I go off the handle.
Truth. This ain't the Royal Rumble, man. You know, you're in the wrong match. This ain't the King of the Ring either.
My bad,
not.
man.
It's not.
Bad. like I'm the one that has the mouth that sometimes it gets us in trouble. But at the same time, I'm so passionate about the business. Like,
Yeah.
I can't help it. But I'm proud of myself. I had someone tune in last Thursday, right? And the week before, I only cursed 4 times on 2 shows.
Hey.
Wow.
Today,
Hey, how about
I've already
that?
cursed 4 times
I-
today.
I think-
so I'm kind of on I'm 100%.
You're,
You're
almost
matching
at
your
your
personal
quota,
best
you
self.
know?
yes.
He's currently detoxing.
I'm cursing all the time during the work, so I don't have to do it on the show. But no, I think the John Cena and Roman Reigns promo was perfectly done the other night, and I'm monsters kicking in. Pardon me on that one, but yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it again because I want to see if I miss anything. Because these promos, you always miss something.
Oh,
Right.
definitely. Then you always have to watch the replay if you can. If
Yeah.
you know, and then a lot of times with when you try to watch the replay, if something's on Peacock, like they cut stuff out on the Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
I literally hate it. I literally miss the WWE
Yeah,
network.
the whole thing
so
from
do
a
I.
couple weeks back where Roman referred to John Cena saying it was like missionary position.
it out.
They cut that whole bit.
No, they only edited that one little line. There's
Yeah,
little
like
things.
that whole
And
whole
Roman
part of
Reigns,
it. They
I
cut
love
that
Roman
part
Reigns
out.
for the fact that he's already commented on it.
Dude,
He's commented on it
yeah,
already, and
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it's awesome.
fun fact, apparently Roman Reigns is just going straight off the cuff.
He is. Look,
Which I love every second of just someone just being like, "Look, dude, go out there, grab a microphone, and just go.
I'm
Just
not
do
He
it.
said he's been doing it
Here's
for
the-
a while now.
He's been doing it since he came back, and I'm not saying it's because he's good, because he's gotten, everybody busted his chops.
He has that pool now.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not that at all. It's everybody made fun of him for doing the public speaking, the acting classes, right? Look how beneficial that is, right?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Who's his manager?
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Okay. So any ideas he comes up with, him and Paul do it together, right?
Yep.
They already know Paul Heyman is, when it comes to promos and building stories, he knows what he's doing. You don't need a script.
Now,
You don't need to
I was about to say that. Now, when you go and look, is it best to go off a script that someone tells you and you're trying to memorize,
Nice, the lines.
trying to be
Off the script.
because you're trying to hit all the bullet points, or is it better to be real?
Be real.
And when you're
Be
real, it comes off with so much passion.
Exactly.
So much passion, and there's stuff that you might have on your chest that you couldn't get out before. Now you can spit that fire, and then it get that shock value. Everyone like, oh my God! I'm like, we never heard him talk like this before. What the hell is going on? I'm like, WWE's getting turned upside down, which it right now with the state of WWE, it is getting turned upside down
Yeah,
with
it is.
all the releases. And then with everything going on with them talking about taking NXT and turning it back into a developmental place for guys to come up, and Vince not wanting short guys no more.
No one over the age of 30.
No one over 30, because he wants that, that long lasting career that can make him money. So, I think it's a bad choice of them doing that to NXT. NXT by far is a better product than the main roster. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, we talked about this the other night. NXT and the
Yes, we
NXT UK as well. Now they're getting ready to shut down probably the other ideas that Triple H has, because initially they were going to open up not just NXT and the UK. They were going to do Japan, India. It was going to be NXTs all over the world.
Yeah.
And they were going to be on fire. And I don't think Vince doesn't like being outshined. I mentioned on Thursday night when NXT did their first takeover show,
Right.
how the meme was up. It says, "Hey, main roster, follow that." And the next night was, or I don't know if it was the next night. I can't remember, but I know the next WWE pay-per-view, they couldn't hold a candle to the NXT takeover.
Yeah.
No.
It was by far. And Dennis, you mentioned about, don't look confused, when that whole stuff went down overseas where they couldn't get on the flights, and NXT guys
Yeah.
stepped up to the game. They came on to SmackDown. They tore the house down, and they saved
That
the
was
show.
so awesome too.
They saved
I
the
loved
show.
it. I thought that was great.
And then now, like I said, now it's just like NXT's doing. I mean, WWE is doing this overhaul of stuff that doesn't make sense.
No.
They're putting their own head on the chopping block. When you go look, WWE's here. They're doing all this debacle type stuff to their own company, and you got AEW over here. They just launched a new show. On top of that, you got all these indies now doing all these big stuff. Then you got the major indies like Evolve, Major League Wrestling.
Well, you don't
Ring
have
of
Evolve no
Honor.
more.
No.
Evolve is no longer-
Bought
You
out by
have
WWE.
WWN.
Okay.
Right,
So
right, right.
WWN is Evolve, but Evolve got bought by Vince, so Evolve is now Vince's boys.
But now
you have WWN Live. That's my bad, guys.
But now there's a whole wider range of pro wrestling out there for people to watch with IWTV,
Yeah.
Independent Wrestling.tv. So anyone can go there and sign up. It's only $100 for the whole year, and you get wrestling from all over.
Yeah.
A lot of shows are live. Some are old past pre-tape shows, but you have a variety to see more talent from everywhere that might show up in WWE or AEW at any given moment.
Yeah.
Right.
So the world of wrestling has been coming together through these social media platforms, and all WWE is doing is is just putting their own head on the chopping block for everyone else. So I hate to say this. I can see them just selling out and and eventually parting ways in the next, I want to say 5 to 10 years. I'm like, I don't want to say sooner than later because I don't see it happen. Now, if something by the grace of God where, let's say, not by the grace, but let's say Vince passes on, Shane, Stephanie, all them step up. Okay, look, we're going to rebrand everything. We're going to do it our way now.
Right.
We're taking back the wrestling world because we owned it for how many years? We're taking it back. We're not just because you independents and smaller feds are trying to make a come up. We want to be number one, always.
Look, if they do that, here's how they do that, okay? You're talking about how if Vince ever does pass away, and if he does, it's going to be
taken by
the wrestling, okay?
It's going to be taken
the
by...
The McMahons have been wrestling for as long as I've been alive, okay? I'm 34, so they've been around before me.
Yeah.
Our one boy,
45.
Ryan Fox, that is one of the people in charge of Outbreak. His wife's, I believe, grandfather took photos of when WWE used to run in the Hamburg Fieldhouse, and I mean, that's going back a year, way before we were all born, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, if there's no more McMahon, there's no more wrestling. So, if they do take over, they need to have something like Evolve, okay? They need to have an indie show with, like, Evolve. Put that back out there.
Yep.
Let the guys work their way from there and get better, because Evolve was, like, one of the hottest companies in the indies.
Yeah.
That's where you wanted to get to
yeah.
because everybody watched it. It's better it's like ROH, but not ROH. It's a low budget show. You try it out. You got to do things. So like, it worked. So it comes down to like if they do that and that ever happens, they want to take the show world by fire. Start an Evolve. You work your way from there, and then you go up to NXT. It's like football or baseball. Okay, I look at that.
Yeah.
Evolve would be the single A team with Clearwater. Then your double A would be Reading. Your triple A would be Lehigh, and then you have your majors, which would be WWE. So you have WWE, NXT, and then Evolve. That's how you do it. That's how you monopolize the wrestling system. And I've been saying that for years, and no one wants to do it. Well, how do you monopolize the wrestling system? You start 3 brands. AEW has just done it. WWE has done it. WWE did it with, they had Sunday Night Heat, okay? That was their territory league. Always has and always will be. You had OVW, and if they thought you were good enough, you go to Sunday Night Heat. Then they lost Sunday Night Heat, and then they had FCW, that they were doing their special shows. And I mean, this is where I never really talk about this stuff, but I'm a logistics and business person. I look at everything, all the aspects of wrestling. So now you have Raw and SmackDown, and you have NXT, but you have nothing in between.
Right.
They're all on TV. You don't have anything to showcase these guys that aren't on TV yet. AEW is doing that with Dark.
Yes, they are.
It's a YouTube special.
And even more so,
Yep.
the guys that are trying to crack into Dark, they're doing it with Dark Elevation.
Like, here's the thing. You have, 4 shows with AEW now?
4, yeah.
Is it
Rampage
4?
just started.
Yeah.
Rampage,
Rampage.
Dark,
Dark Elevation, Dynamite, and
I didn't
Rampage.
realize Dark
So
Elevation.
you have Dark with just guys that are from the indies trying to get on there, that they give you a shot. You have Evolution that is the same concept, a little different. And then you have Rampage now, which is now a Friday night show that comes on at 10 o'clock after SmackDown. It's an extra hour of wrestling, but last night they delivered.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness,
fans were
they
intrigued
deliver.
the entire night. Christian Cage won the freaking title, the Impact title, off of Omega.
Now, for those 3 matches that aired on Rampage, I'm curious what the rest of the card looked like that wasn't on TV. I'm like, I don't know if anyone has results up or what, but I didn't see any yet of the rest of from in-house of anyone posted. So I'm very interested to see what kind of lineup they put on for the rest of the earlier in the evening, I guess.
Right.
I think though I know the one match was Christian versus Omega. They had Britt Baker versus.
Well, I know them 3. I'm talking about the ones that came prior to that earlier in the.
That
it was
wasn't
all
even
Dark.
televised.
It was all AEW Dark.
Yeah, everything before that was Dark and Dark Elevation.
Oh, okay.
So they did the tapings and then they went to live.
All right.
So that's what
Yeah.
AEW's doing. What Vince used to do with Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
They would tape it prior.
So it's dark matches.
You had
basically.
Sunday Night
Yeah.
Heat, and what was the other show WWE used to do? with the green background stuff.
Velocity.
There it is. So you had those two shows, okay? So Vince has done this.
Yeah.
Now,
WWE, now AEW is doing, not copying, but they're making it their own, and they're making the viewers love it.
Oh yeah.
That's my opinion. I think it's competition, but it's great competition.
Yeah, it was that the card that they had for Rampage was probably the best way that you could have started off a new show for your brand.
I think
Oh yeah.
I think what could make the wrestling world even go more crazy right now, if those other companies, such as NWA, MLW, Ring of Honor. Well, I'm just gonna name them three alone. If those three there had major broadcasts, like just like WWE and AEW does, because they are on channels, but they're not on every station where everybody can see it. Like
Right.
like some's on what, the Access channel, whatever.
Impact is on Access.
Yeah, well, Impact too. I don't get Impact, so that's the thing. I'm missing out on Impact, really. And then like I said, for like Ring of Honor, they're on what, the Sinclair channel, I believe.
Something
still?
like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm missing out on that too, really. So you got all this, like 3-4 other companies out there that's putting out great stuff, and fans across the U.S. are missing out on it because we don't have access to what's going on now. If they do get anything, it's whatever they see on YouTube, or they get something like Pluto TV where it's playing some stuff from like years ago or months ago or whatever. It's nothing up to date like going on now. And I think if that ever happened, where you have across the board wrestling on national primetime TV like that every day of the week, oh my God, people will blow their minds.
People would go absolutely crazy over that.
Yeah, because you have to pick.
It's it's something new, something
and
they've
the problem,
never seen before.
the biggest problem will be trying to pick and choose the right time slots, not to cross over each other.
Right.
Just so people can go around and see everything. But you know how some people are on the hell with this. We don't care if they're on 8 o'clock. We want 8 o'clock too on this station. And then people got to flip back and forth, and that's not fair to the fans. So, especially now, if it's just an hour show and not two-hour show like that, it could work. If they're just hour shows, it could definitely work. Like 8 hours here, 9 o'clock here on this one. Next night, one guy can do this, that. But yeah, it would definitely work.
So,
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam predictions.
I'm like,
yes.
are we gonna get to SummerSlam? Because
I started to think that, like,
for a SummerSlam update, and it's Russell and Knox is just bringing up the whole Drew McIntyre and
Yeah.
Ginger Matt, which I'm
Jinder
actually
Mahal,
excited.
yeah.
I'm actually excited. about that match.
Mostly everything on SummerSlam is a championship match, except for 2 matches. So the only 2 that are not is the one you just mentioned, McIntyre and Mahal, and Edge and Rollins. Now, you got, like I said, you got all these titles on the line. I have not seen Nakamura's title, which he just became the new IC champ.
Yep.
King Nakamura.
Yeah.
But, there's...
Which was bound to happen.
Then you got...
Kingsuke.
There's, Kinsuke. Yeah. For the women's titles on Raw, you got Nikki versus Charlotte versus Ripley. On SmackDown, you have Belair taking on Banks. The tag titles are on the line from both brands. Usos versus the Mysterios for SmackDown. For Raw, it's wait, do they even have Raw? I don't know. Know what? They don't even got to have the Raw tag titles on here. But we also get to see the Universal, which is Reigns and Cena. The WWE title, Lashley and Goldberg, and the U.S. Sheamus versus Damian Priest. I'm surprised not to see the Raw tag on here.
The Raw tag titles might be a pre-show. So you might have it listed on the card. They've been underselling the Raw tag titles for so long. It's been such a shame. Like New Day lost those tag titles to AJ Styles and Omos on a pre-show, and nobody knew. Nobody knew until Raw after the tag titles. And like a bunch of people that I know, I was talking with them. They were like, "When the hell did AJ Styles become a tag team? And when did he win a championship?"
I think it's going to be added on though,
Yeah.
because you see they had with Riddle and Orton out there. I think that's going to be an added match for
It's very possible.
Yeah, I can see it happening. But
It'll be like breaking news.
what match out of that whole list there, Mikey, are you gunning for the most?
Oh boy, that's a quite a list there.
Don't think too hard. Come on, man. You're the head, right now, you're the head of the table. We set you up.
Acknowledge me.
Don't be like your brothers and think too hard that you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I do look forward to Roman Reigns and Cena. The promos are just like we were saying. They're such gold. It's like it makes you really want to see that match.
I know the one that I'm definitely not looking forward to. I'm like, I would look forward to Cena and Reigns over the Lashley and Goldberg match.
Yeah.
Hands down, most definitely, because I just bringing Goldberg him back. You might as well just bring back Gilbert.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that's probably one of the matches I'm like the least thrilled about.
I'm just loving that it's on a Saturday.
Yeah, and then
I get to enjoy a Saturday pay-per-view. I'm in.
Hell yeah.
And then NXT has their takeover on Sunday.
Sunday.
So that's a.
Oh, that's
ladies,
2 minute.
that's our 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you said you're looking forward to Reigns and Cena. You know what? I have to agree with you. I see Reigns going over by hook or crook. How about you?
Yeah, Reigns is going over. Sorry, everybody who
Let's
thinks
just do it
John
real
Cena's going to
quick.
win.
Everybody just pick their predictions. Instead of saying who we think, just run down the list of who you think's over.
right.
Honestly, the match I'm looking forward to is Rollins Edge.
Rollins, Jed, who's over?
Rollins.
Rollins.
Have you seen the suits he's been wearing recently?
Oh, definitely.
They're ugly as hell.
Look, okay.
Like, I'm not a fashion guy, but the suit he wore last night was ugly. I'm sorry,
That one
Rollins.
definitely
I
did look like
you.
someone's grandmother's couch.
Yes. Look, I have Rollins over in that too. But here, look, I'm gonna go real quick through. I think it's gonna be Roman, Priest, Bailey, Lashley, Usos, Rollins, and McIntyre winning tonight.
I definitely see the Usos going over too. I can't.
And if they have the Raw women, if they do the Raw Tag Team Championships,
Orton and Riddle.
yes, because it's bound to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
They
I
don't
think is
have the
going to
women's
happen.
tag titles on the line, right?
I
No.
can see them
Okay.
split.
Because Natalia's still hurt.
I
That's
can
right. Well, that'll be a pre-show. I guarantee it'll be 1 versus 2.
I can see them splitting AJ and Omos if they lose.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like it'll be an
Yeah.
eventuality. And I do like your call of Priest over Sheamus. I totally agree with that.
They've
Priest
been,
Yeah,
they've been showing
it's
way
like-
too much. It's been building and building and building for him to get
Yeah,
to this
exactly.
moment.
Especially because pretty
It's
much
SummerSlam.
every like the past couple of weeks, it's been Sheamus smashes Ricochet and then Priest shows up.
Yeah.
One quick question. Do you think Big E will cash in at his Money in the Bank at SummerSlam? Yes or
Yes.
no? Yes?
No.
No.
No?
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so either.
I think he does.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's going to do it.
I mean, they did do the whole thing on SmackDown last week with him just standing there laughing at Paul Heyman holding the briefcase up.
This is why I said if Lashley loses to Goldberg,
He's going to tease it.
that's where it's happening.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a long tease, I think.
Yeah.
But we're pretty much out of time, gentlemen. Like I said, we did get our 2-minute warning. So we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Breakfast and Body Slams. Don't forget to tune in to all of our Devereaux Sports podcast teams. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we will have the Gobbler Inc., but with Cheesesteak Chucky taking the helm. And as for Breakfast and Body Slams, you can check us out online. We do have a .com you guys can go to right now at bodyslams.pro. As soon as you go there, click on the Breakfast and Body Slams link. It'll take you to our page, and you'll see all of our links for Facebook, YouTube, Twitch as well. So that's right, we're streaming to all 3 platforms, so you can like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram. Now for the Breakfast and Body Slams crew, for Dennis, Mikey, Austin, I'm Chio. Stay pretty, stay blessed, stay hydrated.
Classy.
Can I end the show on a high note?
Vax up and mask up. There you go.
All right, I got to do this. I got an email for September 4th. I got to plug the show. Okay. I got to plug the show. So on September 4th, ACPW returns to Media PA. Right. My first match back with fans, and I just got informed that I'm facing a guy named Corpse. Okay. He is the owner's buddy. another buddy of theirs,
Oh,
because
geez.
you know
That was
after
Marty
that-
Corpse that we had here on the
that's
show.
Marty, the guy that looks like he could live
Yeah,
on
he
the
was-
streets and be homeless. So I'm not gonna bury him because he's a good worker. He's a great wrestler. I'm gonna finally get to beat him again, in my sleep, because I could beat him in my sleep. But the thing is, this is the problem. So this isn't a work. This is a shoot. So they keep giving me their friends, right? They keep giving me their students, and I keep beating their students, right? I beat 1-on-1. I beat 2-on-2. I'm not afraid of this. So now Core and them want to have their buddy face me, right? So Chris Sutton, Tyreno, I know you're watching this. When I get done beating Marty to the last limb of his life, I'm going to come after your boys again. I'm going to keep beating your boys again until you give me my title shot. Because here's the deal. I like money and I like gold. Okay? I got screwed over by someone's wife coming and slapping me in the face because I made her son cry. And then he wanted to stab me. I'm sorry I made your little boy cry. It's 2021. Tell him to grow a set, okay? So when September 4th shows up, I'm going to do it again and make your son cry because I like making little kids cry.
Well, there you have it, folks.
It's time to eat, and Reaper's hungry.
I am hungry.
All right. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to
Thank you,
tune in
everyone.
to Breakfast and Body Slams Thursday Night Slam. This coming Thursday on the 19th, we will have our guest, Rob Noxious, in the house. Like I said, thank you, gentlemen, for sitting in and joining me today. And stay blessed. Thank you. Good night.